Yes, I'm Sync.
And I'm Echo.
And we're back once again playing Phoenix Wright, Trials and Tribulations. In the last episode, we continued our time in court, cross-examining Victor Crudo, grouchy old man. And, well, let's just say he doesn't remember the witness's face, and just because someone was possibly wearing a similar outfit to the waitress, that he's like, oh yeah, it's Maggie Bird.
I honestly do not think that they replaced Maggie Bird or whatever. I don't know. Still think that Eveska did it. But whatever.
We'll see, yeah.
Well, we'll see. Since, we still haven't gotten to the other day, where the important part is.
Yes, about the victim. He was another one of those pesky young types, wearing a broken pair of spectacles.
He wasn't wearing a broken pair of spectacles.
He had a newspaper in his right hand, and the nosy brat kept rustling its pages.
What do you expect?
Wow, Judgy McJudger. The young man was listening to the wireless. I remember that well. Then the serving girl in question brought over the Javakino. The little fidget picked up the cup with his free hand and took a sip.
You still didn't say anything about the waitress's face.
The testimony we just heard was to test how credible the witness's memory is. It seems to me that he remembers the victim had a great deal of detail. Oh yes, I hate those you-know-what types who are always so vague about everything.
How are you going to handle this, Nick? We only need to do one thing. We just need to prove that the old man's memory is shot. Just trip him up, you mean? Isn't that kind of cruel? I suppose, but it's what I do best. That is actually really what Phoenix does.
Alright, so...
Okay, so... Pesty type wearing... It's not broken spectacle. It's a weird radio thing, even though it's obviously Dragon Ball Z.
He had his newspaper in his right hand.
Listening to the radio, then some girl brought over the...
Javakino. The little fidget picked up the cup with his free hand and took a sip.
You still didn't say anything about serving girl. You mean the waitress who you only saw from behind, right?
You're one of those, are you? You never let anything go, isn't that right?
When someone's life is on the line, I will not let anything go. Anything. I will hang on to every single thing in hope. And be like, you gotta tell me the fucking facts, man. You gotta tell me everything. If this ain't true, then fuck you. Maybe. Phoenix.
Wasn't matter what I saw her from the front or from behind.
Ow! Ow! I better not push it until I've got some hard evidence. Okay.
Okay,
I guess I gotta
let's look at the evidence again.
Spectacles.
Dark glasses to you. One of those lenses was green, but the other was broken.
What?
Like you said.
What broken?
It's not. Newfangled rubbish. That's why I remember him so well.
He did have some kind of lens over his left eye, but I would have called it a pair of glasses.
He seems to have been wearing some rather modern-looking shades. Perhaps I should take one wearing some and rival Misagado's sharp appearance.
We better come up with something sharp and quick.
I
guess
guess
I'm waiting to see if I should challenge him about the spectacles. The newspaper was a smart paper, was it?
That young hooligan, I nearly asked him, can't you even read without fidgeting,
Fidgeting? What? He was turning the pages. How else do you fucking read?
Well, I mean, he was listening to see if he was gonna win $500,000. I'd be fidgety.
I wouldn't. I'll be like, there's no fucking way. Because I have given up on luck.
How was I supposed to be able to read the back page with all the rustling going on?
Oh, well, sucks for you. You were trying to, like, mooch off his fucking paper. So, fuck you.
I need to find out if Guts and Braun retained his championship title.
Oh, did he not?
No, yeah.
It was his paper, not yours. If you wanted to know that so bad, why didn't you buy your own?
Because it's broke. What are you looking at like me for that?
Ow, ow! Kristen Braun's got beaten yesterday, by the way. Anyway, Maya was like, he got beaten. Okay.
Yeah.
The wireless.
Wireless. The decadent young rascal. In my day, it was one or the other. Read the paper or listen to the wireless.
Oh boy.
And using an earpiece, it's selfish. That's what it is. I was straining my ears, but I couldn't catch any of it.
Wow,
Just
you're
mooching.
just mooching off of everyone, so you can fuck off. Was he that desperate to listen to the radio?
What are you looking at me like that for, huh? How dare you feel sorry for me?
Ow, ow.
Serving girl brought the Chavkino, free hand.
His free hand?
Yes.
Which hand was that?
Weren't you listening before, cloth ears? I said he was wrestling the paper with his right hand, didn't I? His free hand was in his right hand. So, he held the cup with his left and held the paper with his right. Huh. Perhaps the great Trite has 3 hands.
Godot, don't judge. Yeesh, I was only asking. You don't need to gang up on me and treat me like a freak. The whole point of this cross-examination is to examine just one thing. That this old guy's memory has more holes than a slice of Swiss. I guess we just need to find a contradiction in his testimony somewhere, huh? Anything will do, even the smallest detail. We just need one mistake and he's ours. There's something about his hand, but we don't really... It's not... I don't know. Like... The problem is that it doesn't say which fucking hand the fingerprints are.
But you can figure it out.
Because... Is it because of the way it's shown toward us? I thought that was a heart. It's the stain is too small for it to be... For me to be like... It's not... It's a stain.
Right. It's also been a while since we recorded, so it's been a while since that was brought up. But yeah, you're in the right spot too.
The problem is the game doesn't usually do that.
It doesn't do it.
Does
Yes,
not
yeah.
let me, unless it's a clear up like thing, like the hole in the freaking costume that was from the booklet. Like, unless it's something really clear that something was really off with it, then it's not. It usually doesn't be like, oh yeah, the cup handle is on the right side, therefore he grabbed it with his right hand. Nah.
I can see where you're coming from with that.
Mr. Kudo, do you remember what you said you were told at the start of this testimony? That there was a way of testing the credibility of your memory.
I know. There's nothing wrong with my memory. I tell you nothing. If I got anything wrong, I'll eat those seeds and sing the pigeon song. Care to tell us where this is going, Mr. Trite?
According to Mr. Kudo, the victim was holding the paper in his right hand, which while drinking coffee with his free hand, which would make it his left.
Yeah, what is this, kindergarten?
But I would like the court to please take a look at this.
That's the cup the victim used, correct?
Yes, and on the rim, you'll notice the mark left by the victim's lips.
Yes, there's a stain left by the coffee.
If you consider where the stain is, you're clear to see that the victim was holding the cup in his right hand.
But how?
Well, Mr. Kudo, the court is waiting for your epic performance. You said you eat those seeds and sing the pigeon song.
Ah! Mr. Kudo, I'm afraid this is simply not acceptable. I think the witness has better go back to... Wait! If you think I'm gonna stand here and listen to you tell me I'm mad, you're wrong. I don't care about that dirty coffee cup. I know what I saw. You still insist on your testimony? That young brat was holding the cup in his left hand. Oh yes, no question. I'm a good, law-abiding citizen, I am.
No. Not really.
It's the dead young hot boat, and you spiky-haired yahoo, who are at fault.
What do you mean, you? Who, me?
Thank you, old man. We've heard quite enough from you already.
What do you mean it's my fault?
Don't call me old man, old man. I've been around for 68 years, I have. You can't ignore me. Listen to what I've got to say.
This sounds incredibly like old bag.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Mr. Goodo, but... Sure, why not hear a little more? Mr. Gatto! But this is my 16th cup of coffee. So, this is your final stand. Thank you, Captain. You can rely on Victor.
I don't rely on Victor. Right, left hand or right hand?
The boy was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the green lens of his specs. He kept fiddling with it all the time.
Fidgeting.
Fiddling. And he was fiddling with it just before he picked up the cup too. And he used the same hand to pick up the cup, his left hand. But it's on his...
But the mark is on the opposite side of the cup. Unless he was drinking like this, which I would not recommend doing.
Yeah, right? We know the victim was wearing an unusual monocle over his left eye. It wasn't a monocle, Your Honor. It was a small computer monitor, often used by programmers.
What?
Yeah, don't you use that all the time?
Not a small one.
A monitor? You mean like a television screen? Inside of the lens is a screen that displays computer data. It's called an HMD, a common tool in the victim's line of work. HTV, DVD, CD, they're all newfangled letters, drive me mad. But they don't matter. I know what I saw and I'm telling the truth.
It's true. He doesn't seem to be lying.
And those are the facts. In good old black and white.
That's not good or old. So the victim was wearing an
HTV, CD, DVD, what does it matter?
It was none of them actually, but anyway. You're sure he was wearing an earpiece on the same side?
No question. I could only see that side of him where I was sitting.
Yeah, that's pretty obvious if you look at the floor plans. On the opposite table, he only had the view of the side of the victim's head. Did they say which ear he got raptured? His left ear was raptured. Wait, he was listening to radio on his left ear that he ruptured? The earpiece thing is what the radio was connected to. It's on the left side. But his eardrum is ruptured on his left side.
Yep.
I'm not sure what the relevance of this is, but... Mr. Kudo, there's something very strange about your observation of the victim.
What?
You say he was wearing an earpiece on the same side as the HMD.
No question. You can lock me up if I'm wrong. It was in his left ear, without doubt. I could only see the side of his head where I was sitting.
I don't think so.
What do you say?
You're no doubt unaware of this fact, Mr. Kudo. But the victim couldn't hear with his left ear. His eardrum was ruptured.
Eh?
Traces of medication for his condition was found in his ear canal. That's right. Is it possible that the victim was wearing his earpiece in his left ear? Because he couldn't even hear that ear.
Is that true, Captain? It is. Pee pigeon! Pretty pigeon! Pretty pigeon.
Well, I guess it's time to lock him up.
Order!
This witness testimony is completely unreliable. He only saw the waitress from behind. And he claims the victim was wearing an earpiece when we know his eardrum was ruptured. Well, Mr. Godot.
Oh! A single drop of milk is all it takes to destroy a pure black magic in the cup.
What?
This old man is my drop of milk. Gavin, are you calling me a drip? Is the victim's coffee cup, which the potassium cyanide was found. The mark on the rim clearly shows the victim picked it up with his right hand. I'll never back down. I know I'm right. The lad drank his Javakino with his left hand. Let me put you out of your misery. Clearly, I just remembered why. Yeah, I just remembered why he thinks this. Clearly, the victim used both hands. He took a sip with the cup with the cup held in his right hand and switched to his left.
Why would you do that?
Do
That's
that.
so okay.
Yeah.
You just said he testified that he died suddenly. He wouldn't have time to switch
right.
hands, switch the cup between hands before dying.
Right. That is what the old man saw.
Impossible. The witness has already testified on numerous occasions that the victim died immediately after taking just one sip of coffee.
Yep. Which hand the victim used to pick up the cup is irrelevant, Your Honor.
What do you mean it's irrelevant?
The fact still stands. With one hand or the other, Mr. L drank the poisoned coffee. Like this.
Sadly, Godot, that doesn't wash. The point of this testimony was to establish whether the witness memory was credible. And the results are clear. The testimony given by this witness is useless. Also, he didn't drink it like that because he drank one sip and then he died.
I believe it's time to conclude today's proceedings. I am satisfied that the witness is not deceiving the court. But, to be frank, his testimony is a farce. Did you have to be so frank? Take that, you pompous old fogey! I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo. You can't reach me from there. It's over, Kudo. I have the high ground.
Literally.
I am ordering the defense and prosecution to investigate this case further. That is all for now. The court is adjourned.
Objection.
Wait!
I knew it. It was the old man.
If we stop now, where's that leave me? Leave you, Mr. Kudo. Thanks to that blue-suited young upstart over here. I'm just a bloomin' old man who can't even dot his T's or cross his own I's.
How is your bad memory my fault?
I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo, but there's nothing I can do. I've kept my mouth shut until now. But there's something else this court should know.
There's a second person?
What?
There's more.
To be honest, perfectly honest, it might not be anything. But I want another chance. I want another crack at you, you young shark.
Me? He's looking at me like I'm sort of evil shogun.
Well, everyone, what do you say to one final showdown? One final chapter in this eccentric old man's scrapbook. Sorry, Gramps. I've already had my 17th cup of coffee.
Yeah, you chug it down like a madman.
What have you got to lose, Captain? I'll give you all the coffee you want if you come to my house after the trial.
I sincerely doubt he has coffee.
I may be 68 years old, but Victor Kudo is still a man.
What does that even mean now?
That's enough, witness. I believe it'll be quicker for the court just to hear your testimony. You bet! Much, much quicker!
I can't believe this is happening.
Haha, you better get ready.
I get the picture. Just quit throwing these seeds at me, would you? He's gonna be using some sort of infinite ammo code with all that box of seeds.
The final showdown!
Okay, tell me what your thing is.
First of all, I wanted to stress that this might be nothing, but I'm not too sure for myself.
Is it because there's a second person?
The young boy slumped over on the table as soon as he took one sip of his Javakino.
Wait, that's his right hand.
Well, the clumsy idiot upset the vase and knocked it right over. It broke, and the strip of cloth covering the table got completely soaked. Well, how about that? Turn the things upside down,
Thoughts.
Is that all? Yes, that's all. I remember it perfectly. Huh? You down me again? You down the poor defenseless old man? We're not doubting you, Mr. Kudo.
Yes, we are. Don't you get the feeling there's a question hanging on everyone's lips, Nick?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what? Probably. That's all I can think of, and I have to cross-examine this guy.
You're a bird brain. That's all you can think of. Well, Mr. Wright, your final cross-examination, please.
Yes.
Alright, final showdown. First of all, oh, wait, did we already do this?
Oh, we are stressed nothing.
Yes, okay, we did.
Slump over, took sip of Javakino's vase. It broke, strip of cloth covering the table completely soaked. How's that?
Yeah, I want to know about that.
I want to press that, but I also want to check my court record without accidentally presenting something.
Yeah, safe bet.
It's not knocked down. It's there. Upright. Mr. Kudo, this is a photograph of the crime scene.
So what?
Look carefully at the table. The vase is there, intact.
Huh?
Lost your tongue, Granddad? Granddad!
I'm no granddad of yours, hot scotch!
Ow, ow!
If you throw any more seeds in this courtroom, the cleaners will be here all night. Ah!
What is it now?
I just remembered something.
Yes? Go on. Might as well.
The broken vase. It was on my table.
You just... What?
Well, you see... It startled me when the young lad collapsed. So I stood up. That must have been what fell over. The vase on my table, I mean. The vase on your table? Yeah, it was on my table.
You just invalidated yourself, man. You discredited yourself.
And that's how my groin became completely soaked.
I didn't need to know that. Everyone is like, except Goda. Goda's like, yes, go on.
Thank you, Mr. Kudo. You've certainly earned your kudos for today. I'd like to ask a question now. Have I been any use at all?
No!
Perhaps it's for something that you should reflect on yourself, Mr. Kudo. Ah! Wait a minute. If that's the case, then there's more I've got to say. Oh, yes, I remember something else.
Nope.
Bailiff, escort this witness out of this courtroom. Wait, now listen to me!
God, this was useless.
Well, we seem to have been considerably sidetracked, and I'm still not in a position to deliver a verdict. The defendant has not been in possession, has been positively identified as the waitress in question. Additionally, there are two disparities in the testimony we have heard thus far.
The mark on the coffee cup that the victim supposedly drank with his left hand. And the earpiece, which was inserted into his left ear, out of which he couldn't hear. Wow, Nick, you did it!
I therefore require both the defense and prosecution to further investigate the facts.
Yes, Your Honor.
There is one more thing before I call the end of today's trial.
Oh, one more thing, Your Honor.
The witness we just heard from. He is the most insistent that the testimony should be of use. So he summarized it accordingly to this statement.
It's a haiku. Okay. Okay.
You may each have a copy of it if you wish. Whatever. The prosecution doesn't need props like that.
Carl's really mad, huh? Yeah, I would be too.
Very well. Here you are then, Mr. Wright. There are 3 copies. My own, yours, and Mr. Gatto's.
I thought he doesn't want it, though.
Too bad.
Yes, Your Honor.
Victor's testimony adds a court record.
I'm sorry. This isn't a piece of testimony. More like a 5-year-old's apology. When the incident occurred, I broke the vase in my seat. I'm sorry. Do we have to give this to the chef or something? What? What the heck are we supposed to do with 3 copies? Wait, did we get 3 copies?
That's all. This case is adjourned.
We got all 3 copies! We got all 3 copies of it!
To be continued. Okay, guys. In the next episode, we are gonna go back to investigating. See what more facts we can dig up on this case. We'll see you guys then.
Bye.